Hello and welcome back to my Astro Imaging Journey channel. As promised, today I'm going to be unboxing the ZWO ASI174MM Mini. Just got it today, and let's get to it. As we saw in the last video, guess we're not going to get to it. Sorry, brain fart, squirrel moment. We had the Celestron off-axis guider attachment, and we were waiting on the auto guider camera, which, like I said, has come today finally. About a week later, they finally got it in stock. I did not order it through High Point or anybody else. Everybody else was out of stock, and ZWO had theirs available on their website, so I ordered it direct from them. There was a discount code for the upcoming holiday, so got maybe 50, 60 bucks off of it, something like that, and I believe free shipping as well. Luckily it made it through customs. It shipped direct from China straight to here, so no issues there, no issues with customs or anything like that. So the shipping actually wasn't too bad. Took a little bit over a week to get here, and yeah, so let's go ahead and unbox this. And if anybody has ever watched an unboxing video and you see people, myself included, where they're taking their knife and they're cutting it, pulling it towards their body, not recommended. Definitely not recommended. You know, you can inadvertently stab yourself. So if you notice, when I was undoing those, I was taking it away from my body, and then when I got it set, I still just scored, so I wouldn't damage, just scored the tape and then broke it open. So just a little safety tip for anybody that's out there using knives: try to cut away from your body if you can. All right, the box fits pretty nicely inside the package box, so we will dump that out. And we have the picture on the front, probably just a series, the ASI series, generic box. The label on the back does say ASI174MM Mini, USB 2. So let's go ahead and see what we got in here. And it kind of fell apart, but let's see here. So it did come with a new USB cable. One of the things that I was concerned about was that it was going to be USB-C from the pictures in the description. The product description did say it shipped with a cable, so I'm glad to see that it came with that. I do have spare USB-C cables, but that's good that they included it. We have another RG11 6-pin old telephone wire style cable to connect into the mounts. Looks like a shorter USB cable, USB-C. So we got a longer one, if you can see there. It's coiled up pretty well. And then we have a shorter one. Some of us have, or not some of us, meaning me included, no, I don't. Some people have the imaging cameras that have the USB hub built into the back of them. So that would be nice to be able to plug this in here and then go straight up with the shorter cable as opposed to having to deal with the longer cable. So that's good to see that they included that and thought of those people as well. Looks like we've got a little attachment ring here. Not sure what threads those are. But before I take any more, if you can see, it's all enclosed in here. I already took out that little guy right there. And then we have yet another spacer ring included. The camera itself and a Quickstart guide. So we will look at the Quickstart guide here in a second. But let's take a look at the camera, because that's what we all wanted to see, right? Alright, so little bullet camera. As you can see, it's got the RJ11 as well as the USB-C, and then a nice little dust cover on the end here. So let's pull that off and take a look at the sensor. So hopefully it'll focus in here. Can't get, maybe you can see it in that angle. Nice large sensor inside there. So let me try this. There we go. Let's get a little flashlight action on there. There you go. You can see the nice 11mm by 7mm sensor. So that should do really well to try to get us some guide stars with this longer focal length. So I'm going to go ahead. I've already got a little bit of dog hair on there. So see a little scratch on there, but that's just on the frame. So if we let's take a look here. So we've got, if we needed the extra spacing, if you see here, we've got this little spacer here, and it just threads straight in if we needed that extra reach inside our off-axis guider. So let me pop that back on there. And then our Quickstart guide. And let me just double check a couple things here. Okay, so it does have the link to download the drivers and the software. And what it does not contain are instructions to use it with, let's say, PhD2 guiding or anything like that. So I will have to do some research on the internet to see, because one of the things with the Orion Star Sheet was you had to put in your pixel size and the focal length and all that good stuff for it to be able to work properly. So this data sheet, and there was not another data sheet in there, does not include that pertinent information as far as pixel size and sensor size and all that good information. So I will have to get on, like I said, the internet, download the spec sheet from their website and plug that information in when I go to use it in PhD2. So let's see how it fits in the off-axis guider attachment, and back in a couple seconds. Okay, so as you saw from the last video, I put everything back in here. So I'm just going to pull this out, set this off to the side, and as you remember, we had the nice little dust cap. I'm just going to pull that out. Now, if all goes well, this should fit directly inside there. Now, one thing I will say, and you won't be able to see it in this, is the stuff that I've read, and when I go to do the installation video, I'll go over this again, is right there. Can't see it, but maybe. The long axis is going this way, and the short axis is going this way. So there, I know this lettering here is on the short side. So meaning the short axis being up and down, that's where my lettering is. So if I rotate it 90 degrees, my long axis will be this way because the lettering's over here. The reason I bring that up is what I have read is that we want to put, when we attach this, so let's say this is sitting here, go the other way, prism's going that way, it's sitting on the back of the telescope. We want the long axis to be in line with the imaging train. So my letter is on the side. I will want the short axis to be perpendicular. So I want my lettering that is on the front there, that lettering there, I will want that to be perpendicular. So it fits in there nicely. But the one thing I don't like is it did slide in there pretty smooth. So that does leave a little bit of room for dust and everything to get inside there. So I might, once I get this set up and installed and I figure out what my travel is going to be for focus and where I need to basically set this in at, what distance it needs to be in there, because I might have to go with that extension tube. You know, if it's sitting up here versus down here, I might get a thin piece of film or something that I can put along here just to give me a better seal to help keep any moisture or dust or anything out from getting inside my imaging train. The rest of this, especially once I take these off and marry up the M43 threaded tubes to the what's the word I'm looking for? Autofocuser, and to the T-ring adapter for my camera, my imaging train will still be nice and tight, and I should not have anywhere that moisture or dust can get in unless I take it apart. This would be my failure point as far as that's concerned. So I think I will have to do that. There is, if If I back these screws out just a little bit, if you can look here, there's just a hair of play inside there. So there's just a little bit of space. So real thin, maybe not Scotch tape type thin, thinner than that is what I'm going to need. So I might have to go to a craft store to find something, but we'll find something. The prism, if I'm lucky, appears to be sealed. So I don't have to worry about the prism tube itself, but where that prism does go in and out, let me put this down before I damage it. Put the dust cover back on. Don't know if you're going to be able to see inside there. Let me get my camera again. So if you see on the side of the square, you've got 2 humps on the bottom, 2 humps on the back, and 1 on the side. I can see light through those. So those are the tracks that prism can ride up and down in if I needed to adjust that. And that's where that dust and moisture will be able to get into. So I could either seal those up or put some type of film on the camera itself. I think this is going to be my better option. That way I don't mess with the tracks in case I ever do want to adjust that in and out. But that is it for this. Let me put this back down. So packaged pretty well, shipped pretty quick, given that it did have to come from China. Definitely wasn't going to be overnight shipping, but you know, it is what it is. And yeah, as you can see on the back here, we've showed it before. It does have the proper nomenclature, ZWO ASI174MM Mini. It does have the USB-C there and the RJ11 there. It's got a nice little dust cover in it. Just take that out and you can see it's looks to be pretty well built. So we will put this back in there. So if it works, I will be a happy camper, and I will be an extremely happy camper if it starts improving the images that I'm taking with better guiding. So with that, I think we're good for this video. I want to thank everybody for watching. Got a couple more processing videos coming up. Once I get out there and I will get this installed, I'll go through that and have another video for that coming up. Not sure when. It's currently Monday. It's dark out when I get home from work. So I'm not going to try to do it during the day, or excuse me, during the nighttime. I want to install all of this during the day. 1, so I can see what I'm doing, and 2, so I can film and get it up for you guys. And so we'll have an installation video, and then I'm not sure if I will combine an installation and a first use, or if the first use will be a separate video. But look for that coming up here shortly. This week, like I said, it's Monday. Probably won't be able to get to it till maybe even Sunday this week if it's not raining. Saturday I'm pretty busy with other obligations. So hopefully I can get to it on Sunday and get it installed And then I'm not sure when I will be able to do the first use, simply because I don't know what the weather's going to be like for the next 2 weeks. It changes day to day, but right now, every night is going to be cloudy. So, might even be 3 or 4 weeks before I get to actually use this thing. Isn't that the way things go? You're rocking and rolling, you get a few weeks where you almost every night you can get out there and you can image and you're doing good, and you finally order something to try to improve what you're doing, and now you sit here and wait. You either sit there and wait on it to be delivered, and something happens in the delivery and then you gotta wait longer, or everything goes pretty much the way it was supposed to as far as getting it here, and now I gotta wait for clouds. So that is what it is. We will wait for Mother Nature to bless us with a good day to install it, and a good night to get it dialed in and get it usable. And hey, it is what it is, right? So with that, again, I want to say thank you for watching. Please stick around for the outro. Clear skies. Have a good one. Thanks for watching yet another episode from the Astro Media Journey channel. Really appreciate your viewership. In our upper right, we have the latest video that I have posted prior to this one. Down in the lower right, we have what YouTube thinks you will enjoy. Below is a subscription link. Please hit that like button, subscribe if you so choose, ring that bell if you want to get notified of something new, and as always, thank you. Clear skies. Remember to